Today this is your video you will need to watch to cure your laziness. Today we are going to cover three topics. First, laziness only has cons and there are no pros. Second, why our brain intentionally makes us bitch. Third, how to stop being lazy plus a framework made by me which will help you stop being lazy. So first, laziness only has cons and there are no pros. So your body will lose everything in terms of energy, and a lazy person optimizes for lowest energy consumption on every task. For example, if a lazy person is given two options, then he will choose the option which would require the least amount of energy to do. But the thing is, we are supposed to optimize for efficiency, not energy. And we'll cover on later why is that. People say that laziness makes people more creative, but that's false. So that's the second thing. People say that laziness makes people more creative, but that's false. Because the hardest and smartest people are the most creative people, and smartest and hardest working people are the most creative people. And lazy people may have unique ideas, but they are not creative the because the ideas given by lazy people will be only optimized for lowest energy consumption, and the purpose of so lazy people so the ideas of lazy people might be unique, but they seem that they are optimized for the lowest energy consumption. So meanwhile they can but the purpose of creativity is to find ideas which is to find ideas which are optimized is to find ideas which are optimized for the most efficiency. But laziness kills that. Laziness optimizes for lowest energy consumption. And that's easily tend to promote the phrase to smart work, not hard work. But that's simply false because in any case scenario, doing the hardest task will lead to creating the best foundation. So best foundation will only come from doing the hardest task. And lazy people avoid it, and they will build a good foundation and they fuck up things very easily as compared to the hard work people. So hard work alone will not get you to up. Hard work alone can help you build a good foundation, but from there, after building a good foundation, you need smart work to multiply the progress they have made. So we have covered the first topic laziness only has cons and there are no pros. Let's move on to the next topic, why our brain intentionally makes us bitch. So in the primitive times, when our ancestors went to hunt and they didn't got food, they didn't got food. The best option for them to do was to sit there and save as much energy as they can. So they can go to hunt the next day. So in the primal ages, when our ancestors went to hunt for food, and didn't got any food this evening, they can't hunt anymore now because it will be night time very soon. So what they do is they try to conserve as much energy as possible so they can go to hunt in the next day. And they go to hunt the next day, and they probably find food. They probably find food. They probably don't find food, and then they hunt. They go to hunt for the next day, and our body created a mechanism based on this act. So the mechanism has two sides, a good side and a downside. So the mechanism has two sides, a good side and a bad side. So the good side is that when our body feels that there is a scarcity of food, which is us not getting food after hunting, we tend to conserve energy. So the downside is that the downside is that when our body thinks that there is scarcity of food and we are not hunting at the moment, it will optimize to conserve as much energy as possible. But the good side is that if our body thinks there is scarcity of food and and we are on a hunt, it will give us more energy. It will give us more and more energy, so we can hunt better, so we can hunt more. So that's the two sides of the mechanism, and the reason why the reason why we can't use it efficiently, and the reason why we aren't using this mechanism on our favor is because we didn't knew because you most probably didn't knew about this mechanism to this date till because you most probably didn't knew about this mechanism till now, and because you most probably didn't knew about this mechanism till now, and you haven't focused on your list and you haven't spent time thinking about why you are lazy, why you do certain tasks, and etc. So basically, so from where do we get energy? Food. And we basically have as much food as we want in the modern world. So this means we have unlimited energy. So why does our body doesn't detect that we have unlimited energy? Because let's say if our body detected that we have unlimited energy, then it would be energized 24/7, and we will never feel tired throughout the day till we need to sleep to recover. So the reason is simple. We haven't worked on that part yet. We haven't worked on identifying how our body works, and we haven't spent enough time generally on how to change what our body feels are the circumstances. So let's now see how to fix this. I'll cover two topics till here. Let's move on to the last topic, how to stop being lazy. So you basically just need to convince yourself that that you have as much energy as you need, and 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 this is kind of illogical. So here's a better uh, here's a better way to put this way. So let me put it in a better good way. So you have to make your body think that it will get more food when it will work more, and it will get less food when it will work less. That's the thing we want to make our body feel. And once you make it feel that, then you will not feel lazy. Then you will not feel lazy anymore. But to do that, you have to start doing the hard things which take most amount of energy to do, instead of choosing the things which require the least amount of energy to do. There are not much sexy answers here, and you have to accept the things which you have to do and make new excuses and do it. Fuck you. And on the days, so when I say start doing things which require the most amount of energy to do, I mean do every single task. Means apply it to every single task. Even to turn off the lights, get up and turn off the light instead of using a stick. So here's a bonus tip. Okay, but most importantly, increase how hard the tasks are progressively, and eat the food which is clean which is clean. So you have to make sure that you increase the intensity of tasks progressively, so your body identifies the pattern. So your body can slowly adapt to the pattern instead of just a sudden jump, which you probably wouldn't be even able to do. But there's a bonus tip. Most books on laziness suck and won't help you. Even the famous ones like Art of Laziness. I have direct free down links to some which work in description. framework, prerequisites. So here's the framework. So now here's the framework. So before you start the framework, before I show you the framework, here are a few points you need to consider. Make sure to eat clean. If possible, eat 1 to 3 meals a day and do intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is basically fasting for more than 12 hours. I fast daily. At least I fast daily around 16 to 20 hours. And I do it on daily basis. I feel great. I feel energized. I don't see any negatives. I gain muscle. So people might tell you that it's unhealthy to fast and it's unhealthy to fast daily, but give it a shot and and check yourself how it feels and check yourself what the results are. Make sure you eat enough. Don't use any calorie counter website to find how many calories you need to eat and and the reason I am telling you to not use any calorie counter app or website is because if you do something which is very hard and very brain power consuming, then you will need to eat more than average person. If you are reading books daily, if you are working on business daily, then you obviously need to eat more. And the calorie counter app, and then you will need to eat more. And the calorie counter app doesn't include it. And so you have to add on things by yourself. You have to find out how many things you need to eat. So you have to decide how many calories you need by yourself by researching. When you do something big and remarkable, don't do anything which negatively affects the progress as you work. Have consistent work routines. So let's so in terms of work routine, waking up and doing the most important task in the morning is the best option. But let's say for some reason you can't wake up at morning, then and you're working at evening, afternoon, night, and whenever you're working, make sure that the time is consistent. If you work at 5 p.m. daily, 5 p.m., then daily work at 5 p.m. Don't make it 6. Don't make it 4. If you just work on 5 p.m. daily, then it will give better results. When you do something, lastly, when you do something big or remarkable, you can become remarkable. Don't do anything which negatively affects the progress, and vice versa. But instead, when you do something which negatively affects the progress, focus on making more progress. So what this means? What does this mean? Is let's say you hit a new PR in the gym, and what does mean is let's say today you worked on your business really hard, and you never worked this hard on your business before, and you have 30 minutes left before you go to bed. Then focus on those 30 minutes. Don't scroll on reels. Don't scroll on social media thinking that you have done enough work today. Just sleep early or read some book, do something else, because you have to keep the momentum going in. And the thing is, you have to keep the momentum. The thing is, you have to keep the momentum going in. And if you scrolling on social media will break the momentum, or at least start breaking, or at least just so you get it. Okay? But the thing is, let's say you did something really bad, so you can break the momentum of the bad thing by doing the good thing. So let's say you masturbate 6 times a day. Let's say you masturbate 6 times. Let's say you masturbated 6 times today, and you have scrolled on social media for 2 hours. Then let's say there's a negative momentum. Then you can break it by working on the business harder than you work on normal days. So it's a framework. Step 1. List all the actions you do regularly, which you do because you have optimized for low energy consumption. So list all the actions which you are doing because you are lazy and would be different if you weren't lazy. After listing, you should have more than 20 you should have more than 20 points. And below all those 20 points, make a subpoint and write what would be the alternative actions if you were not lazy. After creating the subpoint and writing the alternative action, cross out all the points which aren't aligned to your short-term goals. So let's say, let's say, let me give an example. So if there are any tasks, let's say if there is any task, if there are any tasks on the list that aren't aligned to your goals, then they simply cross it. There's no point of doing it anyway. And fourth is rank all the subpoints. On the rank all the fourth is create a new list. And when fourth, rank all the subpoints from the highest energy consumption to lowest energy consumption. And after that, start implementing all the points one by one from the lowest energy consumption to the highest energy consumption. This will ensure that you are progressively overloading and you won't make a big jump. And lastly, general your experiences, find the mistakes you were doing and work on them. And lastly, repeat if needed, because I don't think it would be just because it would be better if you do this at least 2 to 3 times. Because it would be better. Because I think you can only expect some result from it after doing the same work for 2 to 3 times. Because it might sound like it will, because it won't bring in much result, but just by doing it one time. So I'll cover all the topics I said I promised. And lastly, check out my free book on foundation in description.